Hey everyone, Charlene here. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks. My mother did pass away, and so I was handling a lot of things related to that. But I am back because crafting is good therapy, right? So today I'm going to share with you how to color florals using alcohol markers. Let's go ahead and go down to my desk and see what we're working with. I have here the Perfect Peonies stamps. These are absolutely beautiful floral stamps. These were designed by Dawn Wolfslegel, and there are coordinating dies. I'll be using those later. Let me grab some cardstock and we'll get these stamped. We are going to use the two large peony stamps, and I'm stamping them out in some alcohol marker friendly ink. This is the Intense Black ink here from Honeybee Stamps, and I'm using some smooth alcohol marker friendly cardstock as well. So I'll ink up my stamps really well. Once they're nice and inked up, I'll go ahead and flip and give this some nice, good, even pressure. And you see I'm taking those florals off the edges of my A2 sized card panel. That's going to create a really nice visual on our finished card. So I'll go ahead now and lift that up. I am going to ink this a second time. It just builds up that nice dark ink color and gives those outlines a really nice black finish. So lift that up. I think it looks pretty good. I am going to hit this here with my heat tool just in order to make sure that everything's really nice and dry. Now, here's a tip for you to keep your paper from warping while you're doing this. Use your heat tool along the side of your paper. That puts the heat on top and bottom at the same time, and it helps reduce any of that warping or bending you might run into. To color the peonies, I'm bringing in some reddish coral colors. I have some R0.3, 0.2, and 0.1. I'm starting out with the darkest, which is the R0.3, and I'm going to work on each petal going around here. So I'm going to start with the outermost petals, and I'll bring the R0.3 right along the edge of the petals that are going to be in front of that outer petal. This is going to create a nice little shading spot there. Then I'll grab my 0.2 and I'm going to lightly blend that out and into the petal. This is kind of a little flicking motion that I'm doing here, but you also could do small circles or run along the edge. I have R0.1 doing the same thing, coming along the edge of that 0.2 and lightly flicking out towards the edge of the petal. I am going to leave a little bit of white space. I'm not coloring everything in. Before I move on to the next petal, I am going to bring back in that R0.3, and I'm going to add a few little flicks here and there where I think there would be a fold in the petal. So I just look along the stamp, kind of see maybe what the illustrator intended, and that's where I put those flicks. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily match the stamp perfectly, so don't stress out about that. The stamp just kind of helps to guide you maybe in some of that placement. Now I'll bring in the R0.2, and this will help blend out the 0.3 so it's not quite so stark, and I'm just running it lightly along the shade lines. Now I'll move on to the next petal, and I'm just going to repeat that same process with my dark, medium, and light colors. When I'm working with larger petals, I like to bring my middle color, my 0.2 in this case, along the edges of the petal. So you can see here I'm going to bring some from the outer edge in towards the center, and this is going to help me to put the highlight in a different spot. So now switching over to the 0.1, I'm going to pull that color down even farther in towards the center of the petal, bring some back up from the bottom, and then you can see the highlight is right in the middle. Then I can come in and do the shade lines just like I did with the other petals, bringing in that 0.3 along the areas where I think there would be a natural fold in the petal, and then blending that 0.3 out again along the edge using the 0.2. When I get to petals that have a curved outer edge, I like to bring the 0.3 so that it goes right along the inner edge of the curled portion of the petal. This is going to give you some shading underneath that curl area. Then I'll bring the 0.2 in and blend that out just like I would if this was a shade line along the edge of another petal. Then I'll bring that 0.2 up from the base, and you can see I'm actually dotting the color in here, and that's just because there is a lot of black ink in there, and that helps to make sure that I don't unintentionally smear any ink. For the very edge of the curled petals, I mostly use my lightest color, the 0.1 here, and I like to leave a few little highlight spots with just empty space that I don't color in. For the very center of the floral, I'm bringing in the 0.3 right along the base portion of those inner bunched up petals there that are in the center. And then I'll bring a little bit of the 0.3 along the edges of those inner petals just to show that they overlap. Then I'll switch over to the 0.2 to blend those areas out and then finish them off again with the lightest, the 0.1. I finished my flower, so now I'm going to color in some of the leaves. I'm using yellow greens. That's my favorite to use usually when I'm coloring leaves. I've got YG 1.6, 1.4, and 1.2. I'm starting out with the darkest here, which is the 1.6, and I'm going to bring that around the petal because the petal is in front of the leaf. And then I will bring it along the sides of the leaf as well as along the center line of the leaf. And what that's going to do is it's going to create shade lines that make it appear that the leaf is indented towards the middle and then that the sides of the leaf curl over on the edges. So once I have that 1.6 down, I'll bring in my 1.4 and I'm going to run it right along the edges of the 1.6, blending it out towards the center of the leaf. But I'm not going to color all the way in. I'm just going to bring a fine line of that 1.4 around there on each side. Then I can come in with the 1.2 and finish off the center to create a nice highlight. And I'm going to repeat that with the rest of my leaves as well. For some of the leaves, I'm not going to bring the 1.6 on the edge. I'll only bring it up through the center, and that's going to make it so that the leaf looks like it's folded, but the edges don't look like they're curving over. So I did the 1.6, then the 1.4 here all the way along the edges of that 1.6, and then bringing the lightest, the 1.2, just along the edges of the leaf. I finished with the first set of leaves. I'm going to bring in two different greens here for the remaining leaves because they're a different type of leaf. I'm coloring these in with 5.3 and G 5.1. For these, I'm going to bring the 5.3 kind of in the same way that I did the others. I'll bring some of it along the center of the leaf, and then I'll come around the edges on both sides, and then I'll bring in the 5.1, running it along the edge of the 5.3 and filling in that remaining space. So that gives us a nice variation between the different greens we have on the card. Now I'm going to move on to the two smaller florals. I have two light oranges here. I've got OR 1.3 and OR 1.2. I'm going to do the same kind of technique here that I did on the other florals. So starting with this petal here, I'll do 1.3 along the edges, and then I will blend that out towards the center of the petal using the 1.2. So just flicking out towards the center. I'm also bringing some of that 1.2 from the edge going in towards the center, but I'm going to leave a small spot of white in the center there for the highlight. Same type of shading as before, using some 1.3 on any of the spots where I think there would be a little fold in the petal, and then blending it out with 1.2. I finished the first flower, so I'm going to color the second flower in the exact same way. Then once those are finished, I can go ahead and turn my piece all the way around and color the other side. I finished coloring everything just about except for the buds and their stems. I'm going to bring in the YG 1.2 and use that to color the stems that are on the buds as well as the tiny little leaves coming off. That light green is going to give us a nice contrast against the other leaves that are underneath. Then for the buds, I'm going to color them in close to the same way that I did for the florals. I'm going to bring that 0.3 along anywhere that has something in front of it. But I'm also going to bring some of that 0.3 up from the base. I'm just going to gently flick up towards the center of the petal on the bud. Then I'll use my R0.2 and I'll pull that 0.3 up and out, and I'll also come in from the other edge. Lastly, I'll add a little bit of 0.1 just to fill in a little bit more of that space before I leave the highlight. I used my 0.3 and now I'm blending it out with 0.2 along any of those areas that I want it to look like there's a little bend in the petal. And now I can repeat that over here on the right for the second bud. To finish off the orange flowers, I'm using Y2.3 and I'm dotting it in the center for both. Then for this next part, I have some gold shimmer paint here, and I have a tiny little paintbrush. I'm coming along and dotting the little stamens that are going all the way around the center of the peonies. And I'm going to do that for both of the large peonies here, just being careful not to get my hands in anything. I'm drying it with my heat tool so that way I don't smear that pretty gold anywhere. And you'll see now there's a nice little bit of shimmer here going around those flowers. For the orange flowers, I'm bringing in a white gel pen and adding some small dots going all the way around the center just to create a nice little bit of variation. So now we have this really pretty finished background. I'm going to set that aside. I have here the lovely Layers Wrap It Up dies. These create both a scalloped or a straight edge bow, which is really nice. So I've grabbed all the pieces here to create the straight edged bow, and I'm going to cut these out of some inexpensive vellum. To put this together, we're going to start here with the wavy looking piece, and there is a little spot that is embossed on there. That's where you're going to want to fold the piece over. That's going to create the tails for our bow. Then I'll flip this over, and on the back I'm going to add a little piece of double-sided tape. I'm going to put that right along the center back of the bow. Then I'll remove the release tape from the back of that. Then I can flip it back over and fold these tails underneath. And that's going to create the two loops for our bow. I'll grab another small piece of double-sided tape here. I'm going to place this on the back of the bow. Then I can remove the release tape off the back here and place this right on top of the tails that we created in the first step. I'll grab another small piece again of the double-sided tape. This time I'm going to put it on the front of the bow, remove the release tape off of there, then take this small looking piece here and pop it right over the top. So you can see this cute little bow we have. We're going to put this on the front of our card, but let's get our sentiment ready first. I have a small piece of black cardstock here. I'm adding some anti-static powder tool. Then I'm going to use the Hello stamp from the same stamp set, the Perfect Peonies. I'll ink this up with some clear embossing ink. Go ahead and flip and press. And I am going to do that twice just to make sure I get a good amount of the ink on there. I'll sprinkle some bright white embossing powder over the top, get my heat tool nice and hot, and then come in here to melt that embossing powder. I'll cut it out with the coordinating die. Now we can put our card together. I'm going to start here with the long thin strip of vellum that we cut out, and I'm going to fold the edges back around the sides of our panel. Then I can add some double-sided tape to the back of the card panel in the general area where I'm going to want to adhere that strip of vellum. I'll remove the release tape on both pieces. Then I'm going to use my glass mat just to make sure that my piece is nice and lined up before I press down on those sides of the vellum. Next, I'll add a piece of tape to the back side of our bow. Then I can place it so it's nice and centered on the strip of vellum on the front of our card. I added a small piece of foam tape on the back of the Hello, and I'm going to line this up and press it down just so it sits in the center of the bow. I am also going to add a piece of double-sided tape back behind the bow just to help this lay flat on the card. I'll add some glue here to the back of our completed panel and then adhere it to an A2 sized card base. So here is our finished card. We have that beautiful shimmer on our pretty peonies that we colored and the fun vellum bow on the front. I think this is absolutely gorgeous and can be used for so many different occasions. I hope that you all picked up some tips and tricks today. Please be sure to like and subscribe as well as hit the notification bell so that you'll know about future videos here on the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.